23 is soon to be here. What do we predict for housing? Well, first of all, I don't have a crystal ball, but as you know from watching my previous videos, I dig into a lot of the data. So let's look at where we're at right now. Currently, inventory remains low, regardless of what you hear on the news. Yes, it's creeping up, but we are still historically low on inventory. Let me give you an example. Right now in our area, we are between 2.5 to 3 months of inventory. What that means is that if we did not list another house today and continue to sell at the pace we're selling at, we would run out of houses in about 10 weeks, okay? A healthy market is about 4.5 to 5 months on the market. That's balanced. We consider it a buyer's market when we get 6 months plus out there. So we've got a long way to go. Now, demand has slowed some. We understand that. However, let's be realistic. Some of that's just seasonal. We're in the last quarter of 2022. We've gotten beat up. Everybody is scared to do anything right now. Rates went way up earlier this year, and they've started trending back down, but it's going to take time for us to convince everyone that now is the time to get back into the market. With that slowdown, whether seasonal or not, we have seen some price adjustments. However, again, we got to go back to the data. Let's throw out 21 and 20. Those are anomalies. We may never see those again. Even during those 2 years, we were at 98% sales price versus list price. That means if someone put their home on the market, they were almost certain they were going to get at least 98% of that list price. Where are we now? Great question. Glad you asked. We're at 97%. So we've only lost 1%. That's not a lot. If you look back previous to 20, there have been years when we've been as low as 94, 95% and still considered that a healthy market. So let's not get excited about that yet. So what do we see going into 2023? Well, we feel like rates are going to go down even more. In fact, some are even estimating toward the end of next year, we could be back down in the 4% range. Whether or not that's going to happen is yet to be seen. A lot of it depends on inflation, as we've talked about in the past. However, one thing we are beginning to consider is we could see an early ramp up. And what I mean by that is generally it's March 15th or so before we really begin to get busy. Buyers come out of the winter doldrums and begin to buy again. That could end, and here's why. Rates have come back down. We're still low on inventory, just like we've talked about. This could spur some activity and get things rolling along again in January or February of this year. So if you're a realtor, now's a great time to get on the phone with clients that maybe jumped out of the market simply because they got scared with rates being so high, or maybe they got outpriced in the market because rates went up and their debt to income ratios no longer would allow them to buy what they wanted to buy. Reach out to those guys, grab them by the hand, bring them back into the market.